Greetings everyone, Sylvain Dance 98 back at it again with the next of the Kamen Rider Every Final Transformation compilation. So, I'm glad I remembered where I last was, but yeah, now we're about halfway through the list, so we should be getting out of the like goods and pretty goods to more around the ones of like, you know, nice good or greats or even like awesomes and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we should be able to call a few more of those at this point, given how we're getting past the halfway point. So let's get on to it. We're going to try and do like the next 15, maybe 20, so we'll try and get through more of it as we go.
Energy arms. With this form, I think the white, gold, green, and tiny bit of orange are a really nice looking color scheme.
I mean, no argument. It's pretty good.
And even though to me, this doesn't really feel like a final form, necessarily, it still looks pretty damn cool, and just clean and fresh looking.
Heh, fresh as these fruit.
Next up at number 43 is Armed Hibiki. Armed Hibiki, of course, gains an increase to his damage output as well as damage resistance, while looking like a sick armored Oni demon in the process.
True?
On his forehead, he has the kanji for armed, and this armor makes low-level Makomo no challenge at all for Hibiki to defeat. I really like the way this looks. The red and the gold are just nice and dynamic looking, not to mention he's just armored to hell, and his armor and helmet molds are just on point.
Yeah, that's actually a nice update. I'd say that's a pretty good one to round to great for me.
Next up is Grand Gio. This form has images of all 20 Heisei main riders on it, and he can tap or double tap those rider images to either summon that rider or their weapon. This is another one of those rider forms where they put a bunch of images all over their body, but with Gio, we of course combine that with a watch theme as well, so he looks like a giant golden watch with a bunch of pictures of Kamen Riders all over him. I'm a big fan of gold, so I love that about the suit, but the pictures of the riders on his armor is not something that I'm too much of a fan of.
Yeah. To me, I'd say that's more of a good, honestly. Like, I get what they were going for, just not my thing personally. Here we go, X8.
Next up is Paradox's Perfect Knockout Gamer level 99. Combining characteristics of Puzzle Gamer and Fighter Gamer, this form is incredibly proficient in both offensive and defensive capabilities. He wields the Gashakon Parabregun and has several devastating finishers, making this a formidable final form to go up against.
With the name like
I
perfect
like the
finisher.
blue and red color scheme of his suit, with of course the gold accents and the puzzle piece pattern on his loincloth. This is a very strong form, and I would say one of the cooler looking forms on X8.
I'd say it's a great one. Love the red and white, the red and blue.
Number 40 is Build's Genius form. This form is a fusion of every full bottle and is very quick and powerful. Build is one of my favorite rider seasons, and I really want to love this form, but there's a few things that drag it down a little bit, namely the way that the full bottles look on his suit. They're just kind of generic, and there's no signature Kamen Rider eyes on his helmet. Maybe that's a nitpick, but it is what it is.
Yeah, honestly, the bottles kind of detract from it. Like, maybe if they were, I don't know, like, forming part of the arm instead of just accents or something like that. But yeah, just, the white and gold looks good, but the way they tried using the bottles in the suit feels like it could use a redesign. I'd say this is only a good for me. I don't know. I'd put it like 10 ranks lower on the list, honestly. It's not really speaking to me, personally.
He can also power up different sides of his body for either a punch or a kick, which I'd say is a pretty cool and unique feature.
I'm in trouble. Oh my god, this one.
Next up is Legendary Legend, who looks like a pimped out version of Decade's complete form. I'm a big fan of gold, as you should know by now, but I'm not a big fan of the jewels and danglies everywhere.
Agreed. I love the description of pimped out. He had to go with the pimp title? Oh my gosh.
That's just not really my taste, but if you are an enjoyer of bling, then you'll probably dig the way this dude looks. Next up at 38 is Valkyrie's Justice Serval, and this form was exclusive to a V-Cinema release called 01 Others, Kamen Rider Vulcan and Valkyrie. I have a huge soft spot for Yaiba, and she's one of my favorite female writers of all time, so maybe this is biased, but I think this form is sick. Unfortunately, we don't get to see her use it for very long at all, but she's a freaking serval tiger with some 2-foot long blades on her arms. What's not to like about that?
Agreed. I mean, it just looks good. It's like streamlined, yet armored, it's weaponized, yet it's not clunky. I'd say it's a pretty great form, actually. So I'd say it's pretty great. I'm shocked it's not higher on the list.
Visually, this form does look quite similar to Rushing Cheetah, but it looks like the natural evolution of Rushing Cheetah. Like they took that suit and just added some flair to it and made it look cooler. But yeah, I have to say my favorite thing about this form is the big-ass claws that she has on her arms.
Gotta love the claws.
Next up is Deep Spectre. This is a very versatile final form that can mix and match with normal Damashi forms, while gaining power and an arsenal of new attacks, in addition to the Deep Slasher. I'm a big fan of Spectre, despite Ghost being a show that I don't really praise too much on this channel. But to be honest with you, I think I like the colors of base Spectre a little bit better than those of Deep Spectre. I'm just not a big fan of the pink and dark purple. The molding of his armor looks freaking sick, but I find the colors to be just a little bit washed out.
Yeah, the colors I think could have used a redo. The brand, the way it's designed looks great. Just, yeah, the pink and purple. Maybe they tried something different instead of pink. Like, the purple looks good. It seems fitting because, well, I'm biased. I play Pokemon. So, to me, purple is always, like, a nice sign of ghosts and specters. Like, Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. But, yeah, the pink doesn't really fit to me.
That being said, I'm nitpicking here, and he still looks sick.
Yeah. He's still a great one.
Next up is Kamen Rider Brave's Legacy Gamer level 100. There is a massive amount of power in this form, but it's still weak compared to Muteki Gamer or Cronus. With this form, Brave is able to create energy projectiles to attack his enemies, and he can also defend himself by shooting enemy projectiles out of the air and even healing himself.
As you do.
It might not be as fancy looking as Muteki X-Aid, but this form has a nice white and gold look, and there's even a little bit of a nice marbly texture on some of the armor parts.
I'd say it looks pretty great.
Next up is Necrum's Yujo Burst Damashi, and this form is exclusive to Ghost Rebirth, Kamen Rider Spectre. This was a short-lived form, achieved when Alain was at one of the most emotional points in his entire life probably, and the first time he gets this form, it's honestly a pretty intense scene.
Ooh, yeah.
Necrum is another really good-looking rider on Ghost, and this form is a nice natural iteration of that look, with more gold and flames on his body.
Oh, gee, that bias of gold again, I see. Suspicious.
Next up is Decade's complete form. Now, I know somebody is going to be in the comments giving me crap about this one, but the reason he's ranked this low is purely because of looks. This is actually a very powerful form that's able to utilize the powers of other Kamen Rider final forms, giving him a countless number of ways to defeat you.
Yeah, just
with this form, Kamen Rider Decade displays the Kamen Rider Decade complete form card on his helmet and the other Kamen Rider cards on his chest. This form gets some extra points for built-in fan service, but visually I think it ruins a lot of the lines and design philosophies in his base suit. And I think I would just prefer his base suit over this one most of the time in terms of looks.
Yeah. Powers, great. Looks, I'd say at best he's pretty decent to me, but still lower than good, so yeah.
Next up is Kamen Rider Blades, like the one from Saber, Blades Tategami Hyoju Senki. And with this form, Blades has the ability to control ice, using it for attacks as well as utility purposes like creating ice wings for flight and a shark-like tail for underwater swimming. This form is incredibly stylish looking, with the really nice white and ice blue color scheme, and to be honest with you, I think that this form just looks gorgeous, man. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Also, the fact that it looks like a Fenrir, it's a pretty nice addition.
Meteo on, ready?
Next up is Kamen Rider Meteor's Meteor Storm. With this form, Meteor gains an increase to speed and strength while wielding Meteor Storm Shaft. Meteor also gains access to powerful new abilities while in this form, such as the Meteor Storm Punisher. In my opinion, this is a cooler looking version of Meteor's suit, which was already a pretty damn cool suit, so it takes the design to its natural conclusion while adding some additional yellow for pop.
Yeah, that's it. It's great. Well then.
Next up is Kamen Rider Rogue's Prime Rogue, and this form was seen in Kamen Rider Prime Rogue, as well as Build New World Kamen Rider Grease. And this form is also known as the Late Blooming Justice. There are honestly things that I love and hate about his base form, but Prime Rogue cleans his look up nicely with some additional gold filigree and accents in addition to a new white cape.
Always nice to have a cape.
Next up is Ixa's.
Yeah, I'll stop here. It's been about 14, 15 riders now. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly did. We're definitely getting into the better designed riders. There's still a few I'm questioning, like Genius Form and Decades Legendary Form. Yeah, I wouldn't have put those guys past 50 if I was doing this list. They just don't do it for me. They just don't fit with what I'm hoping for in a final form, I guess. Like, they're powerful, don't get me wrong, just the aesthetics and the design of, like, the card breastplate, I guess, and the bottles just there. I feel like they could use some refreshing, at least some redesigning on both those suits. But anyway, hope you guys are enjoying this. I certainly am. We're definitely getting to more of the greats and pretty greats now, and then we'll soon get to the amazings. Anyway, please look forward to the next of the Pokemon stuff. And I'm going to be bringing back my good old-fashioned Dragon Ball Z abridged soon. I feel like it's been, oh god, it's been like 2.5 years since I last reacted to that one. Yeah, I could use a laugh. Anyway, please look forward to that, and I look forward to seeing what else we can bring up as you guys recommend in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and the full video of this will be in the description. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!